Welcome to the Let's Code Java channel. My name is Alex and I am a senior Java developer. Today we are starting a serious project, a professional area calculator. We will begin with clean OOP models and evolve them into a full Spring Boot API with REST and database support. Let's start coding. First of all, let's create our shape model. We start with a basic shape that we call PlanarShape because all figures we will work with are in plane like circle, rectangle, and square lately. So our class called PlanarShape, it tend to use as a base class for our specific classes like circle and rectangle. So I don't want to instantiate any objects from this class, so I mark it as abstract. That means it cannot create any object from PlanarShape class. It has three properties like created date, dimension 1 and dimension 2 as PlanarShape, and created date we will use for future logging system. We have its constructor that receive dimension 1 and dimension 2 parameter. These are integers and for simplicity, it marks as protected, so only classes that will inherit its class can use it. You cannot use it outside the classes that inherit it for security reason. So created date instead create set to now and dim1 and dim2 set as parameters. This class I marked it as immutable, so I make properties final. That means that I will not change them in the future. I can change them. I need to initialize them and initialize them only once, so I do it in constructor here. They marked as private, so that means that I cannot access them outside this class. Even classes that inherit it cannot access these its private members. So in order to access these properties, I need to create methods public that return its methods. I call it getters. Get dim1 will return dim1. It's public, so you can use it everywhere. And public integer get dim2 also will return dim2, and they can read it everywhere. Same true for get created date. It's return created date and it's public, so I can access it. Let's start to explore our simple classes. Circle. We have circle class that represents circle shape, so it has its radius and constructor. It extends planar shape because circle is a planar shape, so it passes radius twice to constructor as dimension 1 and dimension 2. And the getter get radius will return dimension 1 as it's set. One of them will be fine. Another one will be rectangle. It's also shape, so it extends planar shape. Rectangle has width and height parameters, so it's called super with width and height, where width set to dim1 and height set to dim2. So I also create getters for width and height that will return get dim1 and dim2 appropriately. So now let's create another shape called square. Square, class square. And I want to extend it from also planar shape. I will explain it later why. Square has its side and it will pass side to super as two parameters like this. And also I want to create getter to side, get side public int get side return super get dim1. If you want to access the getter from the base class, I am using the word super. Here I call super constructor and here I call super get dim1. Where here super is required, here I can just write like this, but calling super with more explicit, and you understand from the line that this property belongs to the base class of PlanarShape and not here. Just semantics. So we have three shapes inherited from the PlanarShape like this, and all the shape are only holding the data. They don't calculate the area. For calculation area, we use another set of classes that will calculate area from the given shape. So we define interface. Interface in Java, it's it's a class, it's something that defines the behavior of the class. So here I define interface called area calculator, and it has only one method called calculate area that receives planar shape, any planar shape, and return double as a production of area calculation. It has no members, it has no body. The member has no body, it's just defined the interface. So how we can use it? Let's look at circle area calculator. Circle area calculator, it's in order to make it array calculator, we add word implement. So circle area calculator implements array calculator, and to do so, he must implement the method calculate area. So because it's circle area calculator, we want to calculate area only for circles, but the signature of the matter receives planar shape. So first of all, in the first condition, we make sure that we receive actual circle. Instance of operator checks if the parameter of this shape is actually of the provided class circle. In this, if it is, so we can pass it forward and read its radius because we also cast it to the circle and calculate the mass formula of pi multiply radius and radius again. In other case, we just throw illegal argument exception. It's a Java exception, Java lang exception that tells us that shape of the class that provided may be rectangle, not supported. Very simple. Uh, let's look at rectangle calculator. The same way, rectangle calculator implements array calculator. It's check if shape is instance of rectangular. It's also casting. If it's so, it reads its width and height and return multiplication of width and height as a area. Else, otherwise, it throw legal argument exception as before. Shape of the class may be circle, not supported. Okay, please pay attention that these calculators have no members, have no members at all. It's only have the method here that calculates the area. Let's add another one for our circle square shape. So we make new, call it square area calculator as previous ones. We add the word implements area calculator. Okay, so we need to implement this method. So let's just copy one from here and change it appropriately here like this. Here we need to check for square. Square get side. We have side, and multiplication will and formula will be side multiply side. Okay. So here we created another one called square area calculator. It also implements area calculator, and its calculate area just work as follows. Shape instance of square casting. If it's so, it takes its side and return multiplication. Otherwise, it throws the exception here. We don't have to add else here because if If its condition is true, so we exit it with return statement. So the single reason we can go to throw if it's shape not instance of square, so it's okay. So else here is implicit, but here we have explicit else to show it. And now let's put things together to make our application. So we have a public static void main that receive array of strings with args. This is the main function in Java that Java JVM can run it. So we have a nice prompt. Welcome to the area calculator. Please choose shape, circle, rectangular, and square. We read it. We get shape of it. If shape of it is circle, so we just need to read radius, create circle from it, create circle area calculator, create area, and print it. If it's equals rectangle, we need to read width and height and create rectangle, create calculator, create area, and return it. And now let's add another if for the square. Pay attention, I copy the second time the circle code, not the rectangular code from square, because square is more like circle because it has only one parameter. So square, please enter side. As you see, it's more closer for it. Uh, Square. So it will be hint y square will inherit from plane shape and not rectangular. I will explain it just a moment. Square square area calculator. We need to create it. Calculator calculate square. Okay. So let's run it, and I will explain why square need to inherit from PlanarShape but not from rectangle. I want to close this loop. So let's run it. Please choose shape. I want to choose circle. I want to choose radius, and I have a shape. Another one, rectangle. Let's say 10, 20, and I have 200. And the last one will be square. I will choose 10, and I have, okay. So square, why it's extend planar shape? And mathematically, it needs to extend rectangular, but in rectangular, we have get width and get height properties. So when we'll inherit from rectangle, square will receive these get width and get height properties. That is wrong because square has only side parameter. So in order to avoid having these two properties that meaningless for square, we need to extend it from planar shape. So in this case, you see structure, we have only get side property. So this okay. Now let's see what we get here. So today we learn about domain models and polymorphism. We just created our model classes like circle, rectangle, and square. This is data shape. And we also create our logic classes, calculators, area calculator, circle area calculator, rectangle calculator, and square area calculator. These are logic services. So base class, we saw that base class must inherit from base class is shape, and other classes like circle, rectangle are inherit from shape. And also we see the square rectangle traps when square in programming language will inherit from the base shape, but not from rectangle. That will be right mathematically. Okay, that's that's uh, that's uh, that's all for this video. The next video we will we will uh, we will make this method more more readable and more clear to remove these if statements. So to do so, we will introduce enum shape type. We will use design pattern like factory and strategy to do it to fix our main. So click like if you like this video, and if you don't want to miss our second video about using design pattern, click subscribe to my channel so you won't miss new videos that will come to my channel. Thank you for watching, and thank you.